A very good evening. So, here we are once more. Ah, welcome. First of all, for those commenting on the videos that I made, thank you. I appreciate it, and I will come back to you. I'm not forgetting about you. It's very nice to have people commenting. It gives a level of purpose, and I really appreciate it. Rest assured. Today I wanted to make a bit of a spontaneous video. I have not been thinking about it, preparing about it. I just had a thought about this, and I thought I have to make a video about this. And it's about the concept of time. Now I apologize, I'm a bit stuffy. My nose is a bit stuffy, so I may sound a little bit different. Isn't it funny how when you pay true attention to what you are doing, do things slowly and consciously, like packing a pipe with a lot of attention to detail, the time starts changing. The quality of time becomes far greater. It's almost like the time doubles. Not only in how you experience it, but also the value of it, the worth of it, the quality of it. And this is so often overlooked. So when you go to some health expert or a doctor and he says, look, it's best if you would stop smoking and do something else. Well, in my case, I would probably sit on the couch and watch the television with my wife. I would spend the same time, but the quality of the time, the sensation of that particular time, that time that I would be spending would feel so incredibly different. And I know because I've been doing that for a while in the past. And this is such a crucial fact that, yeah, sure, as a pipe smoker, I may lose some time of my life, but the time in which I smoke, I feel double alive. I feel that the time lasts twice as long. There is really no comparison to spending that time differently. And this fact is completely overlooked. This fact is completely overlooked. We are only considering the time we have in our lives measured in the years and months and weeks and days that we are here, but not in how long that time feels, how long that time is experienced as rather. And this for me is just such a crucial thing, even though I'm packing my pipe quite hastily now because I feel that somehow people watching this video are in a rush, because that's what social media sometimes is. But for those of you still hanging around, I guess it doesn't apply to you. We can slow down and do things very consciously to such a degree that we warp time, our experience of time. And in that sense, we are, dare I say it, true wizards. Who can mess around with time in ways that mere other folk can only dream about. Although, of course, it's not only for smokers, it's in many things you can do. And I talked about it to my son, my older son, who turned 10 years old today. Right now, he's asleep. When he wakes up, he can call himself 10 years old. But he decided that he wanted to do some wood cutting and some smithing, and he was waiting for his game time to arrive. His younger brothers were gaming, he had to wait for a bit, and then he was able to game as well. They have their own hours, whatever. And he decided to take a piece of metal and make a sharp point on that, in the shape of a fishing hook. And he wanted to make a point on that. And I said, look, you can do that. You can use a tile in the garden and just scrape it on there, and you'll have a point in no time. But no, he wanted to heat it up. He wanted to make the metal orange, glowing orange, and take a big hammer. And he grabbed a lighter from me, and he was, I believe, standing here in the middle of my smoking area, and he was about to light it. I said, look, where is your hammer? Where is your iron plate where you're gonna smack it on? Where are your shoes? You're not wearing shoes. Why are you not taking some time to prepare yourself well? Yeah, but I just wanna get it done. Well, I send him outside and he starts working on it. And still without shoes, of course, and I hear him hammering away. He's hammering away. And obviously he got hurt pretty bad. He smacked his finger with a big hammer, because the piece of metal that he wanted to sharpen was very tiny, but he had such a big hammer. And of course the metal was not glowing anymore because he was using a simple lighter, and as soon as I didn't even see if he got it orange, but as soon as you stop heating it's so thin that the heat, it escapes from the metal so fast that there's no heat left for that, for smithing it. So he was in a rush, and he smacked his finger, and he cried. Later that day, he started woodcutting. Now look, we are not great woodcutters. I will show you an example. This is the first thing he made, a little snow doll. It's great. It's just great fun to work on something like that. It's nothing extraordinary maybe, but again, depending on how you do things, and depending on how you experience time, that experience becomes great. But this time around also, he took a knife, he started cutting away, and it wasn't long before he stood in the kitchen with his finger holding in the water, and he had cut his finger. And he was trying to tell me, Daddy, I have something with my finger. And I laughed, and he started crying because I was laughing, because he felt betrayed. But I just had to laugh. I mean, the second time that day, he didn't take time to do things well, because always I tell him, look, if you're gonna do some wood cutting, just Sit down in a chair, comfortably, take something to drink, wear your special gloves. I've bought special gloves for them so that there's some Kevlar or whatever in there, some fiber that stops the knife from getting into your hand at least a few times before the glove also turns to dust. But he didn't take time. He just took the knife and he went for it. Well, there you go. It's such an important thing to create your environment, to set the stage of your experience. And you will see, you cannot do this always, I know. I believe Alex, who has commented on my video, said in one of his comments that he smokes 7 or 8 bowls a day. Well, maybe you cannot pay full attention on that ritual 7 or 8 times a day. For me, I smoke a little less right now, maybe 1 or 2 bowls, 1 cigar, 2 cigars. I try to consciously create my environment, set the stage for that beautiful experience. And I'm sure you listening are doing the same thing to a certain degree, maybe better than me, maybe a bit less than me, but in your own way. And this is how you create a different sense of time that is, in most cases, more valuable than spending your time on something else. And this is how I create more time in my life, I feel. And it gives me a magical feeling. It gives me a special feeling. It's time to light the pipe. I've been sitting here all along and I'm ready for it. My nose has opened up a little bit. Yeah, I'm making a mess of it. I need to do it again. My nose is opening up. I put a electric heater here. When I'm sitting in a cold room, my nose gets stuffy real quickly. But now it's getting better. There we go. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've got something from it. You can play with time. You can play with the time you have. And it's a very rewarding thing to do. I'm looking forward to your comments. I hope you subscribe to my channel. I hope to do many more videos for you. See you next time.